Neymar is a really special energy. I also love that the majority of his management team are female. Like the guy really, it's a really cool vibe.
Layla, obviously a lot of young people are interested in the media space and want to get into. Is this something that you always wanted to do from the beginning?
I went to part-time to theatre school. So like on weekends and every holiday and sort of half-term course there was, I went to theatre school and I wanted to be an actress or a dancer. I then realised I was better and more naturally talented as a presenter. Basically, after working in poker and all the little quiz shows and everything that you do sort of underground trying to learn, one of the big jobs I got actually came from my own audacity in writing to a channel. I was good friends with BMXers. I used to love BMX cycling and be around there, and one of my friends was the current champion at the time. And I was there watching him do his big race, and straight away a man in a suit from a very posh channel came down to interview him. He sat my friend down, put all the lights up and interviewed him in a way that was really a complete juxtaposition to the coolness of BMX, and that kind of annoyed me. And I said to my friend, would you let me interview you again? I'm going to ask him exactly the same questions that he asked, but let's do it while we walk the course. And I filmed it and he gave much better answers. And I had the audacity to send that through to the channel and say to the channel, this is how I think you should do it. So insane confidence, but it was worth it because they called me the next day and gave me a job.
Obviously, you have interviewed the likes of Messi, Neymar, Cristiano Ronaldo, Pele, Beckham. Like, could you tell us how...
Names, aren't they ridiculous names? We were talking earlier about the two big things that sort of peaked it for me. One was the opening ceremony of the London 2012 Olympic Games, but the second one was hosting the FIFA Best Awards alongside Mr. Idris Elba. I earned that through working through football as a woman for a long time on my own. That was the first time that we had Neymar, Messi and Ronaldo sat next to each other for the FIFA Best Awards. And it was insane.
I know broadcasting from huge events might be really, really stressful sometimes. So if you ever make a mistake, how do you recover from it?
I completely ignore it. I do one of two things. Breathe, like just stay calm. It's really important that you're calm before a live broadcast, especially with UFC. The adrenaline's very high and you feel the energy of the crowd. So I am always as slow and as calm as I can be before we go live, and I make a very conscious decision to do that.
So Layla, how did your love for UFC, MMA, how did that all start for you?
It was quite an interesting switch, really, from football to MMA. I am half Brazilian. My family are Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Brazilian jiu-jitsu is a really big thing in Brazil. A lot of my cousins did it, and I was always around it as a kid and love it. I was watching at home and going, one female, and she's in America. Not a single girl in Europe hosting MMA, not on any of the major channels. And I was flicking through and I started looking at some stuff on YouTube and I very purposely turned around and went, that's not good enough. I'm going to make a difference here. That's not right.
As a female interested in a position like this, how best is it to stand out from the crowd?
Abby, wow, good question. I often sit and watch, I take in a lot of what everyone else is doing and look for gaps in the market. There's less room for error. You have to kind of be cooler, quicker, sharper. You also have to be very thick-skinned. I think the biggest thing is less about getting the work and about getting there, is more about dealing with it when you're there, right? My male counterparts don't get anywhere near the kind of messages that I get consistently. The hardest times I have had was when I make really good content, because if you make something really amazing, it's seen by even more people and it's spread even further. And so volume of messages is even more, jealousy is even more. So yeah, having a thick skin, that took time. Just getting a thick skin. Everyone will get there eventually.